Can we normalize wanting to break up with your partner in a long-term relationship? Roko's obviously bae. We've been together for over 6 years. Look at those little babies. Which means we've been through a lot of ups and downs. And we actually had a point about 2 years in where we were going through this really rocky period that I did not know if we were going to make it through. One of my good friends is a marriage and family therapist, and she introduced me to this concept of the 5 relationship stages that every couple goes through. And let me tell you, it changed my perspective on relationships. So first we've got the honeymoon phase. This usually lasts about the first 6 months, and this shit is euphoric. Like literally your brain releases a chemical compound with dopamine and oxytocin and endorphins and makes you feel euphoria. It's addicting. This, unfortunately, can also make it easy to overlook red flags in a partner. Between about 6 months to that 2-year mark, we move on to the differences phase, which is where some of that euphoria starts to wear off. Conflict starts to emerge. You start to see your partner as a real person, and people have flaws, and it's tempting at this point to withdraw or fight about things. The third stage, the struggle, is really where I think Roko and I ran into issues. This happens at about the 2-year relationship mark. This is where deeper seated issues and incompatibilities arise, and it's centered around this idea of like the partnership starting to pull apart, partners becoming resentful of each other for taking away their individuality and wanting to invest more time outside of the partnership rather than into it. And this is a common breakup point for couples, but you can get through it with communication, with intentional conflict resolution, and with like really intentionally showing affection. And then comes the repair stage. This usually evolves between that 2 to 5 year mark and is the decision point that couples have to come to after going through all that struggle. You know, they probably feel drained and resentful about the relationship and need to commit to each other. If they want to continue onwards, they both have to put in the effort to grow individually and grow together. And my favorite stage is enduring love. This commonly kicks in at about 5 years. I mean, it's really kind of marks the breakthrough of the repair stage. At this point, you've really chosen each other. You've grown together, you've learned how to communicate, and you get this really strong sense of support from your partner to support you in your individuality. You almost in a way, re-enter the honeymoon phase. You start to play together again, and it really feels like falling in love again.